everyone, this is Pramita here. Today I'm just going to show you how I stitch or staple my inserts. Um, I have been getting a few questions regarding how to staple with an ordinary stapler. This is an ordinary stapler, this is not the long arm one, and how I staple my notebooks by using this simple ordinary stuff that you get, you usually have it at your home. So this is nothing fancy. um, so I have seen some YouTube videos where they had used this, and I tried to use this trick and it worked beautifully. So I can highly recommend this, and I'm also going to show how I have uh, used some scraps to make this notebook. Now when I am making a notebook, what I generally do is I select the papers initially and then I fold them. Now there's no rhyme or reason for folding these papers. These are not full-sized standard size notebook pages also. So this is, since this is just going to be a demo, I have not used a full-size sheet. These are all scraps that I was left with after making notebooks or some sort of project or something, or some covers or something of that sort. So I am planning to make a mini notebook sort of thing using staples. I'm going to just staple this notebook, and I'm just going to show you how I have put together the pages. Now this is a scrap that is, you can see, this is a 6x6 paper. So I've just folded it into half. This is a scrap, pretty long one. I don't mind if it has a ragged edge, because maybe I'm going to trim this off or put something over it. So I'm not bothered about that, and I have just folded the pages. If you have a bone folder, or even if you don't have one, it's fine. Just make that the crease that you're making, the creases of all the pages are pretty, they are well creased, because otherwise your pages would bulk up in the center, and as a result you will see that at the end you won't have a smooth edge. But since this is a kind of junk pages, junk, full of junk journal style, so that's why it doesn't bother me if it is a little bit uneven or raggedy at the edge, sorry. Sorry. I wouldn't mind that, not very raggedy edges. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to show you how I staple my notebooks. Now this is once again a packaging. Now when you buy your die cuts or stickers or any craft items, they usually come with a backing, it's a cardstock sort of paper. Now what I often do is I chop off this part and use it as an ephemera in my journals, or I, just like in this one, I have kept it because this page was fully, pretty flimsy, but not too flimsy cardstock. I wanted to use it in something else, like making a card or something, but I thought I'll use it as a page in my, this journal that I'm making. Maybe I'll give it to someone who, really would use it in that sense. And this is in a very convenient size, so if you want, you can keep it in your purse, in your bag, and do journaling on the way. So I'm just folding the edge because I will use this as a cover, and I'll also show you how I put my cover through without stapling over it. So as I had mentioned previously, I am not a big fan of showing my staples or the stitching through the outside cover. So what I do is I make my insert or notebook or whatever, and then I glue the cover on that. So I'll show that also, how I do that. And a friend of mine, Jessie, she had wanted to know that how I staple my notebooks without even having a long arm staple. So Jessie, this is also for you. what I've done is I've just arranged the pages randomly. As you can see, once I staple them, you'll be able to see what I was planning to do. So now what I have to do is staple this part. Now I am going to staple this. So for stapling, you will be needing a piece of eraser like so. I have this is an old one. This is my son's when he was in school, so I've kept that. Yeah, and I'm going to staple these papers. I hope I'm in frame. Yeah, so I need to staple on this side as well as on this side. So 2 staples I think will do the job. So I don't need to do more. So I'm going to staple one here and one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my papers over here, and I'm going to take the stapler. Now I have opened up the stapler. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to place my stapler. Now remember, below the stapler I have my eraser. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place the stapler on this spine, and I'm just going to staple it. Okay, so this is this. Now even though I'm not using binder clips, please don't try to do this. This is not correct. You should use binder clips. I know I'm going to show this as a demo, and I can handle this, so I've done it like this. But if you want to do it like this, you must use binder clips, otherwise it won't come out properly. Now see how the eraser has been stuck on the back side. So I'm going to take this out and see how the pins are there. I'm just going to push these pins a little bit. Don't use your hand, you might hurt yourself. I have done it countless times. I am pretty careless about all these stuff. So I'm just going to push this pin. Yeah. Now this is one of, I'll tell you why I had done this. Because I don't like open staples at the center. So when I'm going to fold this notebook, I'll have this at the spine, and I'm going to put a cover on top of this. So ultimately this open end will not show. So that's that. Another staple I'm going to put over here. So I'm just going to put my eraser at the bottom. See how I'm placing the eraser at the bottom, and then I'm going to open this notebook. I want to staple over here. So whenever you're stapling your, I hope this is in frame. Okay, so I am stapling here. I know this is wonky. This won't do. I need to take this out. Not happy with this. Sorry. So I am going to staple once again. I'm going to place my eraser as usual, and I'm going to staple it. Yeah, now it's okay. Now you can see you have it right there. So if you are making various signatures and putting them in your junk journal, you can easily use these kind of techniques. You need not always sew things together. Whenever I watch a video on YouTube, my brain starts working in a different way. It starts to pick up various things and then tweak it, to suit my needs. So now you see you have an insert sort of thing, junk journal style. So you can use them in any way. Now I had this as a pretty long page. So what I did was I folded it twice. Now what I can do is I can stick the bottom with glue and make a pocket out of here, and then I can stick this part and make it a tuck spot. So I'll have 2 pockets on this side. And this is another page. I have not chopped up the the branding strip that comes with the paper, because I thought I liked this phrase, simple stories. Maybe I can stick something over here or make a cluster. So this is another packaging, and the reason I've kept the packaging is I like this tag sort of hole. If I want, I can attach a charm or maybe I can attach a string to it and it'll hang out, so it'll be an added interest. So once again, you have your pages, you can just fold them, okay, and that's that. I don't want to fold them too much because they might get all bumped up too much. So that's that, and this is the end, which I can obviously chop off or make it into a pocket or anything of that sort. So now I'm just going to glue the cover. Now this is the cover, but I don't think this covers the whole part. No, it doesn't. Okay, so if I want, I can chop off this top part, or if I want, I can use a bigger bigger page to cover this. So I can cover it like this. Okay, so now you have the whole notebook ready, and at the back, okay, at the back you can attach some extra sheet over here just to go with it, so that you can. So these are all scraps that I had, and I wanted to use up some of them because it's a huge issue with scraps, when you're doing a project. So I can stick this part also and make it a joint cover, and this will be like each day is new and ready for you to live it. So I'm just going to glue this cover over here and show you how it's done. So I'll show that in my next chit chat session. And for now, I'm going to briefly show you how I have put together a journal for my friend Tina. Tina, this is on your way. So I have used some full pattern papers. I have just distressed some ends with distress stains. This is a butterfly stamp I had. This is that still life book page. These are some of the tea dyed papers I've just stamped at the corners. This is also a vintage style page, but this is actually tea dyed, and then I have stamped some butterflies. This is that art book, and this I have stamped some at the corners. These are some of the items that I'm including, and there will be a few more stuff also. So this is an end. Now these I have not stapled. You see, I have attached them with the help of washi tape. You can do that also. It serves the purpose. So you can attach envelopes also. I have made an envelope out of here, pocket, and this is another pocket, and this is a tag page that she can use. Okay, and this is a flip out page. If she wants, she can glue it and make it into a pocket. This is the cover, and I have just put together, this is her name, Tina, and this is how I have put together this journal. And this is actually, I wanted to show this. I don't think I'll be having much time, but anyways, this is my morning flow journal. I sit down every morning and write whatever comes to my mind, whatever dreams I have. And over here I also use a ton of scraps that I have from my craft projects. So this is like one packaging that I've used. I don't show this journal on social media, but I just wanted to show you how you can use your packaging. This is like the packaging from the Mambi sticker book. I've just chopped off these parts, and I have used this top part. Maybe I'm going to tie a string over here. And these is just simple washi my friend had brought. This is also one tiny piece of scrap that I had used that. And well, this portion is total scraps, like little bits and bobs. You can't they are not needed in any way, but I wanted to use them up, so I've just glued one on top of the other. I had this post-it of a coffee cup, and I've written on first cup coffee, and this is another page that I've put together through all scraps. These are all scraps, and this is another flip. This is total scrap, and this was just a free printable. No, this is how I prep my morning flow pages, and so that you're ready to go with one pen and just your pen and journal. So bye for now. See you for the next session.